Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome back to I don't know what this show is called anymore, but for now, it's just something comic art show. I said I was going to change the name like 2 months ago, and I still haven't decided. So it's very confusing. So it was called the HELLION art show. And I figured I should have comics in the name. So is it Talking Comics with me? Or is it Comic Art Show? I don't know. I can't make up my mind. It doesn't matter. We're going to be talking about the Embrace 2 that just launched on Indiegogo. And that's what's important today. And that's what we're going to focus on. So while I get everything pulled up and catch up with chat, why don't you, Mr. Oden and Dean, tell everyone who you are?
Okay, well, I guess I'll go first. I'm Michael Oden. I am the creator and founder of Nine Realms Publishing. I've been doing indie comics here for the past 4 years. The Embrace 2 makes, what is it, the 6th or 7th project that I've done? Maybe even more than that.
Nice.
It's hard to keep track.
Wow, yeah, you do have like 9 campaigns I see on Indiegogo. That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, those are just the ones that like I have created. I think I don't know if those include like the ones that I've written for other people and everything like that, and then editing work and stuff along those lines. So yeah, no,
Cool.
It's been a lot of work. But
I mean, well, a lot of work is good though. That is a good thing. That means you're a proven creator and you're productive. I know. Everyone likes that. So wonderful. And welcome back. And also, Michael is editor of my book, Les Fiendish. So
yes,
I don't know what I was trying to say there.
I do have the pleasure of doing the editing duties on that, and I actually just picked up a translating gig of a bande dessinée book called Oden, which is very exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah, how perfect.
Yes.
That's sweet. Hey, if you get any leads for publishing over there, let me know.
I will.
Love that.
I absolutely will.
All right. Good. Well, welcome back. And welcome back, Dean. Mr. Dean James.
Well, thanks for having me.
How are you and who are you? Yeah.
Yeah, g'day everyone. I am Dean James, your mate in comics from the land down under, known as Comics Mate. Most of the people, like you can see people in the chat know who I am. Hello everyone. I appreciate all of you. But yeah, just here to talk about my newest comic book. My third book I've ever worked on, but my second book where I am doing all the art, like the drawing and the inking and everything like that. Got a colorist, but I do all the actual line work. And yeah, happy to be here, guys.
All right, nice. And you guys were just here a couple months ago because you did a second chance campaign for the Embrace 1, right?
Yeah.
So now is which I got confused because I was like, oh, this is the Embrace 2. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is the Embrace 2.
Yeah, this is the Embrace 2.
Scheduling, right? But this is the Embrace 2, and I do have a cover on this campaign. So let me get that pulled up. Hold on, let me pin. All right, the link to back this book is now pinned in the chat. So everyone, please go check that out. Even if you're just dropping by and you don't have time to watch the whole show, which you definitely should because it's going to be a good show. But if you don't have time, that's all right. Click on that link and be sure to back this book because it could surely use a bit of a boost. You are funded, so that is very, very good. Though, hey, Snarky. Yes. Hello. Hi, Gnomesky. Who sounds like Korg from Thor? Who?
He's New Zealander.
They're saying you sound like Korg.
That is wrong on so many levels.
You guys, New Zealanders and Aussies, y'all sound the same. We can't fucking
No, we don't. We do not.
Yes, the fuck. Really okay.
I am offended.
Have a very different accent.
Only slightly different. Well, like kind of. That's my impression. Dean's gonna leave this show if I keep this up. Hello, James. Yeah, he's gonna rage quit. Oh my gosh, I'm here to piss off my all my guests. Hello, oi. Hi, all the regulars, everyone posting links. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good suggestion. Hellion Comics art show. Sure. I'm trying to go for something short, but Michael Rushbrook suggested panel to panel. Isn't that a nice name? I feel like
that's clever. I dig it.
Yeah. I should do that. It's only I'm like, should I go back and change all the thumbnails or whatever? But no, it's whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I like that. I'll probably go with that. Yeah, let me get this pulled up so we can all see the actual campaign.
Well, Alex in the chat said a second ago you should call it Irene Presents and then call Vaughn a copycat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure he's the first person who has ever came up with, his name and then presents something. So, so that would definitely be copying him. But I am always for calling Vaughn a copycat. I can totally do that.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, it'll make him very upset, and that's funny. So here we go. Here's the Embrace 2 campaign. First clash between the Embrace and Strangle. Look at this. So the first book, we just talked about book 1 a couple of shows ago. If you guys missed that, just go back in the show playlist and definitely watch that because that was a really great show to find out more about what Embrace is all about. But if you don't know, and if you are not going to pause this stream right now and go back and look at the multiple times that Michael and Dean have been on the show talking about the Embrace, that's fine. We can get you caught up right now. So what is the Embrace about for anyone who's brand new to this?
So the Embrace is a story that is kind of like a dark take on the superhero genre, where a father and the ghost of his son kind of come together as like a spectral superhero with this in like this super suit that's powered by the son's ghost, and they're going after his son's killers to bring them to justice. So, at the end of the first issue, they take care of the guy that is like physically responsible for the son David's murder, and so now they're kind of going after the organization that he's been a part of, and are doing like standard superhero stuff, and that's really where the Embrace 2 kind of picks up is you've got David and Clarence are going around doing standard superhero shenanigans, being the Embrace, and kind of messing with this gang's operation, while also there's friction going on with the police department because of things that happened in the first book as well. And so yeah, that's really what's going on is the Embrace is kind of going after the people responsible for his kid's death, and yeah,
he's going to learn the difference between justice and vengeance.
Yes.
And that's the tagline, right? It's justice, not vengeance.
Yes.
I love that. I like that Luke Stone is featured in here.
Yeah, that's Captain Luke Stone right there.
Oh yeah, I see. Wonderful. Nice little cameo.
Well, yeah, I mean, Luke was a pretty big part of getting me into comics. When I was doing my first book, he offered a lot of mentorship, helped me out a lot. And when we were doing the first book was when he got really sick. And so we did this as kind of a, I made this character as kind of an appreciation for everything that he had done for me and what have you.
All right. And let's scroll down a bit. The interior art looks so good. Dean, you have improved so much. This looks like the Embrace 1 looked great, but this looks amazing. Like, look at all the detail. I love how you draw his hand Superman. I don't know what else to call it, but they're like ghostly hands, right? His superhero suit it's a ghost, and so you have all these ghostly hands, and the motion that you create with that just creates such good compositions. I really love this page.
Oh, thanks. As you can see, that's D-Wag and Crazy Mad and Steve, Star Wars boy. Rest in peace.
We will actually be dedicating this issue of the book to Steve, that Star Wars boy. will have like a
Oh,
nice.
I didn't know him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was part of the Crack Pack. He was, he was a great dude. He actually was in the Guinness Book of Records for owning the world's largest Star Wars collection. Like he had Star Wars everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, that's sweet that you're dedicating the book to him. Yeah. And look at all these cameos. Ooh, look at that. Oh boy.
Yeah. The book's full of cameos, like it's based in Alexandria, which is like near Washington, D.C., but it's very much a fictional version of that place. There are real places that, actually exist, but then basically every storefront or every, there's graffiti all over the place and signs for movies and things that are just me making references to people in the chat and just my friends and everything. Like you'll recognize heaps of people. Like there's actually some pages on here where you'll see it and you'll know who they are straight away.
Awesome. Yeah, it does look cool, doesn't it? That's why you should back it. Links in the description and also in the chat. Back it now.
Junior says Alexandria blows. That's kind of the point. Like
that's kind of the point.
I mean, it's really funny because I took my girlfriend. My girlfriend's read the book, and I took her on like a tour of the locations in the Embrace, and it was very frustrating because like all of these places that used to be run down that were kind of like the inspiration for a lot of the stuff that I had given Dean like reference to in the first book are now like all completely remodeled and look super nice. And it was like very frustrating going back. And it was one of those things where you kind of like expect this to kind of, mirror your experience that you had with it. And now it's all like upscale. It's going through like a severe remodeling. But yeah, for the majority of the time that I've known the city, Alexandria has not been the most pleasant of places. It's like there's a nice part of Alexandria, which is like Old Town and what have you. And then there's the rest of Alexandria, which is a dump that's all along Richmond Highway. So, but yeah, like it was definitely very funny going through. I ended up calling Dean after that and be like, I really hope you still have those reference photos because like none of this shit looks the same.
It does. Wait, what? It changed?
Yeah, they rebuilt the entire area at this point.
It's got like the entire area has been going through like a remodel, tons of houses.
Like gentrification. Yeah.
That's definitely been a thing that's been happening. So it's one of these things that was like really weird where like not even 3 or 4 years ago, like it looked like these places looked like dumps and like shanty neighborhoods and stuff like that. And now you're walking through them and all the houses have been remodeled and everything. Like there was this house that was like notorious for being at the center of like a big sting operation. That was one of the chief inspirations of things in the book. And it's been completely remodeled and is like being sold for an absurd amount of money.
It's a nice place.
It looks like a really nice house now. I'm just like,
yeah. No, I mean that's good though. Atlanta's the same. Like when I first moved here, 2008, it was kind of trash. It was pretty trash. Like you lived like downtown Peachtree Street, you would have boarded up buildings, totally changed. It's much better. I'll take the gentrification. That's fine.
I mean, yeah, it's good for the neighborhood. It was just one of those things where like I'm walking through and it's like, man, this looks nothing like the thing. And so it was just funny.
I
ended up having to tell Dean, like, I really hope you have those reference pictures because this shit does not look like this anymore.
Yeah, you can. Well, hopefully you do have the reference pictures, but you can like Google Maps roll back in time. Yeah, I'm sure it looks like you figured it out though. Like this, I mean, you've got this kind of rundown city in the background down pat.
As you can see from there, I take a lot of liberties with it anyway. Like it's very much a fictional version of Alexandria. It's a comic book version of it.
Right.
I doubt
No,
there's that many gangs and thugs and everything that the Embrace deals with in the real world, but
Right.
there's definitely no monster strangle. Like, there's definitely no
What?
monster like.
I'm disappointed. I thought this was all real. This is a lie. This is a lie. I like that you are setting the story in a specific location, but it's not immediately recognizable, though. That's really interesting. And what is the specific reason for setting this the Embrace in Alexandria?
So I first off is like, it's a city that's like very important to me. It's the city where my son was born. Is where, you know, I lived for the first time in my life on my own. And it's this weird kind of, but like even when I had first moved there, there's this like kind of weird blend of lower class and upper class, and there's different sections of it. Parts of it are a shithole and parts of it are really nice. And I think that it really has that kind of multiple identity that you want in a city. Like when you're looking at, you know, Spider-Man's New York or Batman's Gotham, it's got all these different kind of elements to it. And I think Alexandria is a really good place for that. Additionally, you know, its history with crime is both horrifying and fascinating. It's one of like the big locations where a lot of like current gangs that are kind of big news headlines kind of got their start was in like the Alexandria location. So like there is just a lot to go for. There is just a lot of reasons to kind of make Alexandria the setting, and I felt like it also has this eeriness at night, especially in like the specific locations that I was looking for, and I wanted to kind of bring that out, as this is kind of a mix between superhero and horror and all these other elements.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. I like that you have a personal connection. I mean, this book is very personal to you. You've talked about that, you know, every time you've been on the show for the Embrace. And I think it shows through the storytelling and the characters that a father-son relationship, and obviously the city it's set in is tied to your family and your life as well. That's really sweet.
At the end of the day, this is a book for my kid. You know, hopefully when he gets older and is able to read all of this stuff and understand it, he can see how David and Clarence and everything like that it's all kind of a love letter to how I feel about my kid. So
yeah, no, that's very sweet. Yeah, I love projects like that where someone is making it. I mean, most of us in indie comics, these are passion projects, but it's very it's so touching when people are making a story for someone, especially a kid, a family member. It's like it's dedicated to a person, and it's very personal. And again, I think it shows a lot. What was that? What was the reason for sitting in real city rather than a made up one? I think we kind of answered that, did we?
So like we touched on it a little bit. I chose a real city because I feel like, especially when you have this whole story about where it's like it's a ghost story, right? At the end of the day, I feel like grounding it in a real setting is something that kind of allows for a better suspension of disbelief with the audience. And on top of that, as I said, there's the personal reasons if I kind of wanted this to be tied to my you know, I had my experience with Alexandria, and it was a place where I both had some of the best parts of my life and some of the worst. And so I really wanted to kind of bring that out through in the setting. But and then I also saw Holy Hand Grenades was asking about how good am I at shipping. Well, I've done several books in the past couple of years. All of them have fulfilled on time except for 2. My first book I actually fulfilled 4 months early.
Nice.
So we're very good at shipping. You don't need to worry about that.
I
That is
brought Critical
phenomenal for indie comics. Well done.
I've got Critical Blast is doing our fulfillment at this point. As Rini said, we did a second chance Kickstarter on the first book. Those books literally went out yesterday. So like people are already should be getting those here within the next couple of days. I'd like to pride myself in taking my fulfillment deadline seriously. And if I ever come to a point where I am not able to meet a deadline, you will hear from me as to why.
All right. That sounds good to me. That's an excellent track record, especially for crowdfunding comics.
I'm always around. Like I have my own YouTube channel and everything. So if you want to ask any questions, just come ask me, and I usually have the answer.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So to bother Oden, go to Dean, but you won't want to bother them because they will ship your books, and the books will be great. Hi, Ellie. What's up? Ellie's in chat. Hey.
Hi, Ellie.
Howdy.
Sorry. No, I don't think that's what the city is.
No.
I really don't. I don't think so.
No, not at all.
I don't think. Yeah, not really. Was there someone asked me about Cowgirl Hall? I could go get it, but I don't want to interrupt the show. Maybe later. Let's see. So you're how I'm sure you've told me before, but I actually don't remember how long is this series? This is book 2 of how many?
So the plan is to either make it 5 or 6 issues. Like initially it's going to be 5 issues, but like the third issue is going to do some pretty heavy lifting in terms of like backstory. I don't think backstory is the right word, but it's going to be kind of lore building a lot in the third issue, and kind of helping the character figure out exactly what he is and what his place is and everything. And while we're obviously going to be mixing some cool spectacle and stuff into that, it's one of those things where like this book was already pretty big. Like we jumped from, I think it was 48-page book from cover to cover for the first book to the story alone in this is 56 pages. So it's one of those things where I don't want us to get to a point where we're having like a 70-80 page issue, because it's one of those things where it becomes very, very difficult to, manage that on a reasonable timeline, and on top of that to give it to people at an affordable enough price to make sure that they're keeping on coming back. Because that's one of the other things is I feel like, we are indie, so we have to, charge upscale from what you would expect from like a big 2 publisher, and we try to make sure that we match that value as best as we can between page count, cover qualities and stuff like that. But the big thing though, the big thing is obviously making sure that we get the story the way we want to tell it. And if I have to end up splitting that third book into 2 books, I want to be able to give myself the room to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah, sometimes it's better. And there's sort of I think there's a point of tolerance. It's around like 50 to 60 pages for every artist where you just want the book to be out. Like, you just want to be done with this book. Like, there's a psychological thing where doing 100-page books or even over 70 pages, it's really hard because it feels like it's almost just in comics form. The story is if that is meant to be a chapter, right? Not like a collected trade or a tankobon or something. It's just going on a little too long, and you just want it to be done.
To the point where it takes a really long time to make too, if it gets to 100 plus pages.
Yeah, the wait is just way too long for the customers as well. So good thinking. And so this book you said is 56 pages of story?
That's correct.
Nice. Yeah, that's a hefty book. It's a thick boy, everybody. Lettering looks well placed. Yes, the lettering is nice.
Yeah, we have SK, who's been lettering my stuff since the second Elysian Fields book. Does a tremendous job. And really, really just solid letterer that, very open to, feedback, and also gives a lot of guidance on stuff. So that way, there are things that he comes up with in terms of providing sound effects and stuff like that that we don't necessarily even have in the script. And he goes, hey, you're going to want this here, and this is why.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at his job.
All right, yeah, awesome. And you, it is not something lettered by Eric Weathers. Oh dear. Amazing. Who is your colorist?
So in the first book, it was Paul Billick, but we ended up trading colorists for Eugène Bediveau, who is a colorist that is from a book you might have heard of called The Lost Pages. Yes. I had found out about Eugène by Dan Dahl, who used him for Eugène had colored a few of his pages for Lost Pages 2, I believe. And so he had sent me a couple of those pages, like, man, he would do very well on Dean's lines. And around this time, everything had kind of started over at the Ukraine, and that's where Paul's from. And so we weren't hearing from him as much. And at that time, we were looking at doing this book last year. And so it just didn't seem like he was going to be able to keep up with the demands of, what we needed from colors. And so we tried out Eugène. And I mean, I think Paul did a very good job on the first book, but I think that Eugène's colors are way better suited to Dean's line work and really help make Dean's lines stand out in such an incredible way.
I agree. These colors are really, really good. Everything reads clearly while the scenes and all the panels still maintain cohesiveness, right? And that's the hardest thing about coloring for interiors, which is a different animal entirely than coloring for covers or single illustrations. So this stuff is hard. It was very hard, and this was very well done. I love the greenish tone over everything. That kind of obviously harkens back to the Embrace's costume, but that naturally reminds people, I think, of this ghostly aura, and that permeating all the scenes that I've seen so far, on top of Dean's artwork and all the hands everywhere, that kind of like ghostly detail. It's very moody. I like it. I feel like it's very immersive.
Yeah.
The green of the spiritual energy. Yeah. Literally insane. In a good way. In the best way possible. Great artwork. Yeah. Especially this page. It's great. Do you guys have any original art for sale?
We do. We're actually going to have to trade out a couple of the pages because they've already sold. Oh. The only one that's up there that's been there since launch is actually that 2-page spread, which I'm kind of shocked.
I'm shocked too. That hasn't sold. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not a bad price either. It's $500 for a 2-page spread of that quality is pretty insane.
Yeah. That's nothing for a 2-page spread. Guys, get on that. I know there are a few comic art collectors in chat. I'm sure you guys will want to get in on this, and you will not regret owning this. Shall we do the? Let's look at the covers. Let me finish scrolling down here, and then we will do the perks and then see the original art. So. Cover A. So this is the main one. Beautiful.
Our main one. I'll let Dean talk about it because this is actually an original Dean James composition.
Yeah. This was 100% traditional. It was done with Copics and some watercolors and some paint pens and pencils and just the whole shebang. I used basically a bit of everything on here, and it was just. Basically, it was the Oden, because on the Embrace one, Oden asked me to do an homage cover, which, I did. I was fine. But on this one, he was just like, go crazy, do something that you want to see. And so, obviously no spoilers or anything, but in this book, the fight between Strangle and the Embrace does not go too well for the Embrace. It is their first meeting, and Strangle's going to mess him up pretty bad. And so I wanted to capture... this moment isn't exactly what happens or anything, but I did want to capture that sort of feeling of the Embrace is completely outmatched by this new villain that he's come across. Because before this point, he's just been beating up thugs and, gangsters and stuff like that. And he really is the only superpowered character in the world until he comes across this guy.
Yeah.
I love the names, too. The Embrace and the Strangle. What great contrast. Perfect.
Those are related too. Strangle is you'll learn all about Strangle's backstory in this book, but
you
he's very
get
much.
hints at it. I don't know if you get. I don't know if I would say that you learn everything, but you definitely get to
You get enough. Yeah, you figure out, because he is very much he's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? But he's like a corrupted version.
The antithesis to the
Yeah.
Empress, pretty much in every way. And like in a way, he's kind of a representation of what could happen to Clarence and David if that relationship becomes toxic and abused. Like there is definitely a sort of foil relationship between the two as well. And when you have a dynamic between a hero and their villain, that's really what you want. Like, I mean, you look at some of the greatest dynamics. You've got Batman and the Joker. Batman is order and justice and all of these things, and Joker is pure chaos, right? They're complete polar opposites of one another.
Nice. Yeah, that is the best kind of villain, though. I think that's what an antagonist should be in some way, the diametric opposite of your protagonist. That's the whole point. And I think you guys have carried that concept not just through their motivations, and we don't really know how the Strangle's powers are manifested, but I'm sure that ties in as well. Visually speaking, and with the name, that's all very cohesive. He seems like he's presenting as the Embrace's foil in every way visually, and that makes for awesome covers like this. So wonderful, wonderful work.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Because I designed all of these characters.
Oh, yeah, they're all right then. They're okay. They're decent. They're decent. They're skidding. Very beautiful. And this cover is that's amazing that's traditional. Is that for sale as well?
It's already been purchased.
Okay, good. Yes, get that money. So that's cover A. Cover B. Oh, who the fuck did that? Wow. Hey.
Wow. This cover's just
that's mine.
This one's
just all right. That's all right. Yeah, that's my cover with colors by my friend Yvonne. We might be touching up the colors a little if Oden will let us do that. But I hope you guys like it. Yeah, because it's old art. Like, this was done a while ago, and I'm really picky. But yeah, hope you guys like this. This was a lot of fun to do. Your character designs were a lot of fun to draw, so I hope you guys like it. And back my cover, back mine.
Yeah.
And yours is actually at the next stretch goal. When we cross 7,500, this will get an upgrade to a lava foil pattern. So that's the thing, is our stretch goals on this campaign aren't tchotchke based. We're investing that extra money into the book, so all of the covers will get an upgrade. So we've already unlocked our first stretch goal, which is a UV spot gloss treatment to Jean's cover. And so then the plan will be to, we're doing foil treatments to the other covers because they're very much like brighter colors and what have you. And I think that the foil patterns would bring those out very well.
Awesome. Yeah. I am honored that you have made my cover the lava one, or the potential lava one for the next stretch goal. So everybody back this so you can get the lava cover. Yay! Make my cover lava. Da-da-da.
Aviator Surge is asking if he refunds. Does it refund the tip too? I believe it does. So because the Indiegogo hit him with the freaking $10 tip shenanigans. It's an unfortunate thing. There's apparently a widget for Chrome that will auto put the tip at 0 for you, but I don't know what it is. Just talking about it.
Just Google the Chrome add-on, the extension or the plugin, whatever you want to call it, and it'll pop up straight away. It's the very top thing.
That's good. That tips thing is just so annoying. It's very
sneaky.
Frustrating.
It's
it is. It is.
Oh, I mean, between that and then also like our campaign's been shadow banned since launch.
Oh,
yeah.
what the hell? What did you guys ever do? It's just so absurd.
And so like I sent Indiegogo a message and they replied with the biggest bullshit non-answer that you could possibly imagine, where they were like, oh, well, our go-go engagement engine fuels off of external traffic. So if you're having an issue finding your campaign, that's why. I was like, I sent them our metrics. I was like, we had over 1,000 campaign views in the first 24 hours with dozens of people sharing our links around. Fix this, or or we're gonna have a problem. And so I sent them a message over the weekend, effectively letting them know you guys have the next couple of days to resolve this, or and if I don't hear from you in that time, I'm going to the Better Business Bureau. So I'll be hitting up the Better Business Bureau this week because I'm sick of this. This is the second time that this has happened.
That's a good. I wonder why no one has done that. I never thought of that either. But you would think that this is in breach of something or some. It just seems so wrong because we're all paying them the same platform fee. So why doesn't everyone get equal? What's actual algorithmic representation? Yeah.
What's absurd to me is Indiegogo has an 8% platform fee, which is the highest platform fee of pretty much any crowdfunding site that there is. And so you're paying to be on a platform that will shadow ban you, prevent you from being found on their platform. They will not ever tell you why, so that you can revise it. And so
it's at the point.
They're taking 8% of our campaign funds for effectively screwing us over. Like, we might as well not exist on the website. If you try and search the Embrace 2 on Indiegogo, it will not come up. It'll come up on Google. But
that's just so silly. I mean, there's nothing offensive about the Embrace or any of the books that you've done. You do like Roman history and JoJo mashups, and the Embrace is a wholesome family story about a father and his murdered son fighting for justice. Like, what is bannable about this? I mean, my gosh, it just is very wrong.
So Kickstarter has 5%. Ali's asking if they make it bigger. I thought it was 5. It's 5% for their base fees and then an additional 3% for transaction fees. So it comes out to 8.
Yep, it does come out about 8, which is quite high.
And we will be doing the other platforms after this. Once the Indiegogo finishes, we wanted to start here because we had 600 signups on the pre-launch list. So like we wanted to make sure that we started here. This is where we had done our initial campaign and built a base. And then we're going to be doing Fund My Comic and then Kickstarter.
Right. That's smart. You got to hit all the platforms. I wish that we could just take all 3 of those platforms and mash them together because I like Indiegogo's interface, but their customer service is horrid. Kickstarter has the greatest reach, and Fund My Comic has the most reasonable platform fees and excellent customer service. And if we could just take all of that and make like one platform that was actually really functional in every way, that would be great. But that doesn't exist. So the best we can do now is we just have the back. Put it on everything. Yeah. Sorry. What about Kickstarter?
What I will say is Kickstarter has updated their interface, whereas Indiegogo has not. And Kickstarter's interface now is way easier to use than Indiegogo's.
Okay. All right. Maybe I will. I mean, I'm planning on doing Kickstarter for my next campaigns anyways, because I'm of the philosophy I should do all the platforms. But that's good to hear. Ali says, share this campaign. Yes. Share this campaign because that's the only way they're going to get out there. So if you like what you see, first of all, back this book, because it's a good book and you're going to want to read it. There's beautiful art. It's an amazing story, and share it out so other people can see it. Let people know. So like I said, a wholesome family story. It's a superhero story done in a very unique way, I think. And like help a friend out, help a bro out, guys. Get past the shadow banning. Stuff. is nice. Somebody asked me why the low energy. Because I'm tired. Because I got like 5 hours of sleep for the third day in a row. I'm trying. I don't. Maybe I should order. Oh, it's too late to order coffee. Ah, damn it. I'm spoiled. But yeah. But I'm here because we want to promote comics. So, wake up. The Johnson Justice, what's up? Ahoy, ahoy, matey. We got a Bogan read. Welcome. Thank you. We do. Thank you,
Welcome,
everyone. Now I gotta really get the energy up. Thank you, Bancroft, and welcome everyone over from there. Hi, Job Styler. We are talking about the Embrace, everyone. Indigo is headquartered in Canada. Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was California. That's interesting because they're Pacific time. Okay, yeah. Very interesting. I'm great for someone who doesn't like. Well, thanks. Yeah, I try. To my own platform. I wish. I'm not rich, but if I was rich, then yeah. But I am not. In
what
fact,
it comes down to is like I don't have the money to invest in developing my own platform.
Yeah, I have a lot of head in the cloud dreams about all kinds of stuff. I am not rich. Like if I want my own giant comic company that makes animations and movies and a distribution network and all that kind of shit, and I want to be published in Japan and Europe, but I'm just me. I'm just me with my tiny little internet following, and so are most other people in indie comics, so we just gotta do what we can and build something from the ground up. Money hard, especially right now. 100%. But you guys make continuing doing this possible, so thank you all for being here. It's all possible because of you. Thank you very much. Hail the Lord is pushing your next campaign every day. Oh, thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Really appreciate it. Hail the Lord has been posting out at least like once or twice a day about the Embrace 2. It's been very humbling, and it was great to see. He did a review of the first book, and it was very, very positive. We've gotten a lot of warm reception to the first book, and it always warms my heart to see people continuing to appreciate the story and see how, it's how the story has kind of spoke to them and what it's done for them. It's nice.
That's wonderful. Yeah. It's again really it means a lot as a creator to hear that kind of feedback. It really keeps us going. So thank you everyone who is sharing links and who has been promoting our books and campaigns. It means a lot. That is the best advertising we could get. Ellie says, back this book to make Dean's Australian dreams of coming to the US come true. Yes. Everyone save the artist of this beautiful book from a commie hellhole. Help them come to America land. The land of the free. Help save Dean. I don't know why I almost said James. Dean. Your two first names. It's a little confusing. And I'm tired. Moving on. Cover C. Who's this by?
So this is by Eder Macias and Avery Ferdinand. Avery is a personal, I use him on a lot of colors for a lot of different covers and everything. He's great. But Eder has done a lot of mainstream work. His most notable thing at this point is Spider-Man Last Hunt, which was a miniseries that was done about like a year or two ago. And so we did this like very Spider-Man inspired cover. And I mean, he knocked it out of the park. I love this piece, and this one I think is our third stretch goal, and then we'll get like a silver foil treatment. And that's the other thing, is that all of the stretch goals will carry on throughout all of the campaigns. So by the end of it, wherever you've backed, you'll be getting and whatever covers you get, you're going to be getting like the upgraded version, because I'm confident we will pass all of the stretch goals. I do think we will get there. The first book brought in I want to say a little over 15K on its initial run, and we brought in close to 4K on Kickstarter. So like I do think that there is a very high possibility that this will break all of its stretch goals. So,
all right. Yeah, I agree. I think so too. That cover, that composition is really, really good. I love the motion to everything as well. The little like ghostly trails, just spinning. Really great composition there. Yeah, beautiful. And then cover D. That's a lot of variants. Who is this one by?
This
This
is
one's
the
by
only
Michael
Bancroft
Bancroft.
cover.
Oh, well, well, well.
The
Well, well,
Bancroft
well.
cover.
This is the only
I
time he's ever done a cover for something that wasn't the Lucent, you know? So
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, Bancroft does covers for people?
no,
You
he
know
doesn't.
what's
He
funny?
specified that he won't do it again.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you guys are so special. You know, now that you mentioned that, I can that green. That green is like lucent green, isn't it? The green in the background. I'm like, oh, that
He got
definitely is Bancroft.
he's so self-conscious. So like one of the big reasons why he says he's never going to do another cover again is because he saw everybody else's covers that we had for this, and he was just like yeah man, it makes me real self-conscious, and I'm gonna have to go back and touch up these colors a bit. Like I'm mostly happy with them, but
It happens. It happens. You saw me. I'm like, well, it's old art, but hey, it's like it encourages you to improve, so that's good. It's just a very cool cover. Bancroft just has a way of doing detail and detailed compositions, like that pattern of all the hands becoming a net. That is so cool.
yeah,
That's a great composition. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And you can
there's
tell he's a colorist too. Look at that gradient from purple to green.
like
Very cool.
like yeah, and there's also a fun little like where's Waldo type thing hidden in the cover as well, with the ginger root hand from Lucent 1 is hidden there.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but now you have.
That was actively part of the prompt. When I was talking to Bancroft about it, it's like, all right, I want you to draw as many hands as possible, and I also want you to hide the ginger hand there for people to try and find.
Oh, that's funny. There's not that many hands though.
There's
Like it's either
for,
this
for
one
Bancroft, there's quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Is that?
Nope.
That's a little ginger Rudy. Is it that one?
Nope.
He hit it somewhere else. Is it like in the electricity?
There it is. There, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, I found it. It wasn't that hard. I knew it wouldn't be one of the actual hands. I did it. Ha ha ha. Sorry to spoil it. I already forgot. I just spotted that. Go look for the mysterious ginger root hand. Don't know where that is. Wow. Back this cover to find out where it was hidden. Limited glow in the dark haunted edition. Oh my god. Shelby.
So Shelby Robertson did this fantastic piece, and we're using it for the Spectral Edition, which is the black and white version of the Embrace that comes only in the collector's box. But like, this was such a cool cover that I was like, I have to do something with it. And I recently found a printer that does glow in the dark, but it's pretty expensive. So I wanted to make it a limited thing to make sure that we could, do the upcharge on it. So like, this will be our effectively special edition of the Embrace. It's limited to 50. And this is it at its cheapest. As we go throughout each campaign and there become less available, the price will go up. So like right now it is $50. But the intent is to have these limited editions printed, sent to Shelby so for signing and numbering, and then that's like it's a glow in the dark cover that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic right in hell. Shelby is in the chat. That cover is great. Fucking hell, Shelby. God damn it. Like I'm looking at all the open lines. It's not just the comps. This is firing on all cylinders. Like the open lines, like the composition is good, but look at the rendering. Like that hand is very Miller-esque. And the clothes, the wrinkles, right? It feels like he's not drawing line art. He's drawing shadow and light. Like I love that kind of look to it. God damn it, Shelby. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very, very annoying. Very frustrating. Yeah, that's really cool. I might want to find out where you get these glow in the dark covers.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people would. Yay! Okay, let me know. Because that sounds awesome. Yeah, definitely get that. Perk tiers. Yeah, cover A, just all the different covers, all for $20. That's a very reasonable price. And then
Yep.
you have this cover here as well.
Yep, we brought that on.
Oh.
So when we did the Kickstarter, we had a cover done by Joel Gomez, who is a pretty big deal. He did covers with for Witchblade, and then works a lot with Brian Polito over at Coffin Comics for Lady Death and La Muerta and a whole bunch of those books. And so I got him to do this very emotionally charged cover that we used on the Kickstarter campaign to raise funds for the Virginia Victims Assistance Network, which is an organization here in Virginia. And one of the things that they do is they run a support group for homicide survivors. So families of homicide victims and what have you. And so when I found out about them, I knew I wanted to do something special. And from now on, every single Embrace campaign, we're going to have something that brings money into that organization, because it's something that I like. It's what the Embrace is really about, right? Like you have these characters that have endured that level of loss, and so if he can help those people in a real world aspect, I want to be able to do that. So $5 of every one of these covers sold goes to the Virginia Victims Assistance Network. We've already raised $120 from the Kickstarter, and we're raising more here and now.
He's a superhero
Wonderful.
in the comics and in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's wonderful that you're doing that. If you back this comic and this cover, you are helping real people, real victims of homicide. That's lovely. I'm glad you guys included that as well, because that was on the Second Chance campaign.
Yes.
So it's nice to see that back. And that's a really nice cover too. And you have a catch-up bundle. All right. The plushie. You still have the plushie.
We have like 10 of them left because a bunch of them got bought. And Aviator Surge asked if the Embrace gives hugs to people who are feeling vulnerable. Well, this should answer that question for you. We have our adorable 18-inch plush, who is the greatest at giving high fives and hugs. So make sure to pick those up, because when they're gone, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's a high quality plushie as well. Like I've got one sitting on my shelf.
You want to show one?
Yeah, give me a second.
I got a super chat. I almost missed, but I'm glad I didn't. Thank you very much, Douglas Mikes, for $20. I appreciate the super chat. All he said was 2. So thank you for that too. I appreciate it. Let me full screen you, Michael. Aww. Little hands. Your green screen is like blanking it out a little. Oh no, it's disappearing. Oh. That is very cute. You're like merging with the background art. This is so true. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh. All right. Wonderful.
Aviator Surge wants a plushie hug on screen so you can see how it's done, Oden.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hug that plushie.
Yeah, here you go. You make sure you get the arms going all around you.
Great.
Aww. Aww. It's like a huggable spider. Like a human spider. Isn't that adorable? How cute. Jason, hello. Who's erased from existence? What are you talking about?
G'day, Jason.
Hello. G'day.
We actually have a mini print. If you buy the box, it comes with a bunch of mini prints, and Jason Bascom actually did one.
Yes. Well, and
right.
that's also part of the secret tier, I believe.
Is it? I don't know I don't even. The secret tier is so secret. I don't even know about it.
Yeah, the secret tier, and this was for all of the guys that sign up for all the people that signed up for the pre-launch. And if you've backed a previous 9 Realms campaign, You should also have the tier link. I went and I sent it out to all of my previous campaign backers. So the secret tier is a special, value tier to get as many, pretty much all the covers except one for a pretty good value. You also get a metal trading card. That's this beautiful spray paint art of the Embrace done by RZP Art, who I met at Baltimore Comic Con last year, and a mini and the Jason Bascom and Ink Spots mini print. And
they still get that cover. They just don't get the glow in the dark version.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's also the Spectral edition, which is the extremely limited collector's black and white version of the whole book.
Shelby asked, can you change Jason's mini print into a micro print?
Yeah, no worries. I'll make that happen for you, Shelby.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it'll just be half a trading card. Is that all right? I think that's okay. Yeah, they can do that. And we'll never be able to see it. That's all right. No, only Jason. We'll be able to see it because we can see.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the worst. I'm going to hell. I'm the worst friend ever. We love you, Jason. The collector's box. All right, what's in here?
So in there, you have a mini print gallery. You have all the variant covers, the Embrace one, Sticky Hand, T-shirt, the Shimhat collector's box, and you also have the Spectral edition of the Embrace, which is that black and white version of the book. When I first was looking at doing this story, I wanted to do it full black and white, a la James O'Barr's The Crow. Then we saw the character colored, and it was just like, okay, this has to be a colored book. But as a way to kind of harken back to the initial concept, what we're doing is everyone who backs the collector box from each book gets this Spectral edition. And at the end of the story, when you have all of the Spectral editions, you will have a exclusive black and white edition of the Embrace experience from start to finish that is only done for each campaign. So they're the ultimate collectible on this campaign.
All right. Yeah, that cover is
they will never be reprinted.
Really like that.
Yeah, they will never be reprinted. I literally I put pretty much an exact order on the Embrace one. I think I might have made 2 or 3 extras to make sure that, if something was damaged, if one book was damaged, that we would be fine. But
all right. Yeah. Limited as it should be. That's how variant covers stay valuable. So
yeah.
Collect these covers, everyone, because you might not be able to get them again. You have interior art for $250. That's very affordable. That's insanely affordable. Please sell your art for more money. $500 for that double page spread that's still up there that nobody has bought for inexplicable reasons. I don't know why. Please buy this, but also you should list that for more money. Embrace 2 cover art. This was sold. So
yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Also should list that for more money. Give these people more money. Shelby's piece for $600. Is this still on there?
Sold. Yeah. No.
Yep.
Okay.
Already
Everything is sold except the double page spread so far.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Have I talked about Berserk yet? No, but now I have because you commented on it. Berserk on Amazon, everyone. Berserk is awesome. Berserk. Also Fiendish, fiendishcomic.com. Everyone go. You can order all my merch on the store and the books. Thank you. Stretch goals for the Embrace. It's just the book that I am here to talk about. Let's see. 150 person funded, 4,500. Ellie says that it's a little less than 2,000 until the next stretch goal. I'm sure you guys will hit that. How you just launched last week? How long do you plan on keeping the campaign up?
So we'll be doing the full 60 on Indiegogo. We're slated at 30 right now, and then we'll obviously renew at the end of the first 30 to go to the second. And then we'll be going to fund my comic and then to Kickstarter. So it'll probably be around 120 days of crowdfunding in general. And then and as I said, all of these stretch goals will continue through each campaign. So like, let's say we only get to like the third stretch goal of 9,000. Like, let's say that's the only one that's the last one we pass, and we don't make it to the final one on Indiegogo. It doesn't matter if we fund on the Fund My Comic and what have you, and we fund on the Kickstarter, we'll make it to the fourth one and past.
Yeah, we're not going to restart the.
No, like it's not going
That
to
makes
restart.
sense.
Everything will carry over. And so like as I said, I do think that we will hit all of the stretch goals. I think all of our stretch goals are pretty reasonably attained. And once active campaigning is over, because Kickstarter now has a like in-demand style feature, so like people will be able to continue backing the book after the campaign's over, but only the people that backed during the active campaign will get these cover upgrades.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Yeah, and I like the global stretch goal idea. That makes a lot of sense. Instead of like setting different stretch goals every game, that gets too messy. Just have them be universal. So very nice, very nice, very nice. Allie says she now has to play Sam and Max on her channel. I don't know what that means.
That is true.
But...
Yeah. Mo Biggs and Felix Haas and everyone demanded it, and now it's happening. All right.
Well, I guess that is happening, whatever that is. And that is the end. Oh, let's take a look at the perks. Hold on, let's scroll up and shall we do a refresh? Because I'm sure all of you wonderful people in chat have at least a few of you have backed this book so far. So we're at 60 backers, 5,476 USDs. Let's refresh and see where we are. 62! Yes! Awesome! Thank you all so much! Thank you!
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you. If you guys are watching and you're backing while watching the stream, shout out your backer numbers or just say you backed to let us know so we can pull it up and properly send you a thanks. So very, very much appreciated. Let's take a look at the perks in a little more detail. I know we kind of went through that in the campaign body, but here's just some more of it. The featured perk is the Embrace collector box. Did they change the color of
they did. That's a new thing.
Oh yeah, because it's been months since I had a campaign, so that's new.
Yeah, it is new. It comes with like a little highlighted thing that lets you know like this is the featured perk. So this comes with like all the covers in the book. You get a mini print gallery that's pretty extensive. You get an Embrace t-shirt. You get a Embrace standee, an Embrace sticky hand, the Spectral edition of the book, and I think that's everything. And a copy of the Embrace one.
Okay, all right. Aviator Surge says he was number 69 and 40.
And 40.
Is that all right? Well, what a perfect number to get. Nice. Thank you for your support. Scrolling down, there's cover A plus digital. Everything comes with a digital version.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, every physical copy of the book comes with a digital, and every piece of art comes with a physical copy of the book as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. All right. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I've been kind of like debating digital, but I think we gotta do digital. We need as many eyes as possible as indie creators.
Yeah, and like that's the whole thing. It's like on Indiegogo, I don't see a point of offering a digital tier. They don't generally sell on Indiegogo, but like when we do Kickstarter, there will be like a flat out digital tier because that's where I see them sell the most. Like when we did the Kickstarter for the Embrace, like the second chance for the Embrace, the most backed tier was the digital. We had like almost 30 people back that.
All right.
So it's one of those things where that's a per platform thing, but on Indiegogo, most people are just going for physical tiers.
Good to know. Yeah, that's interesting. There is a substantial comics audience on both Indiegogo and Kickstarter, but they're very different audiences, aren't they? So yeah, I haven't tried out Kickstarter, but I look forward to trying that out.
Yeah.
You can also put it up on Global Comics. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Global Comics is it's like webtoons, but more suitable for Western and American style comics. I like their platform a lot. If you want to have a digital edition of your comic online, I would recommend Global Comics. So definitely check them out.
That is something that I am looking at doing for all of Nine Realms publishing stuff here within the next year, is get them all up on Global Comics and what have you. So like that is actively in the plan. I just need to go and talk to them about it. I also want to wait until we have the Embrace 2 and the next project that I'm doing after that.
All right.
So
awesome.
All that put up.
And thank you for the links to Fiendish on Global Comics. I appreciate it. Yes, 1 and 2 are both up on that site now. Do you box multiple backings into one shipment?
That is how Critical Blast does it. So when I was doing the fulfillment for the Embrace 2, there was a lot of stuff going on in my the Embrace 1. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I vowed that I would never fulfill another campaign again because it's too much for my ADD, ADHD brain to handle. I was so stressed. So around that time was when Critical Blast got started. And I was just like he did a very good job. I fulfilled pretty much half of it on my own, and then I had him do the other half, and he did an incredible job. And so I was like, all right, cool. I'm just going to use you from now on.
Right. Yep. Know that feeling, and I concur. RJ is the man. He does excellent work, and I have similarly been very happy with working with him. Because now I don't have to deal with fulfillment, which is very, very stressful, and I don't have time for, and my brain is not built for that work. We're built different, and he can do it, and I don't want to. So, your books are in good hands, everyone. Fulfilling is fun, but not for everyone. Yeah. Yeah, especially when it's a lot.
I had fun with fulfillment for about like a week, and then it just got too much. Mm-hmm. The fun part for fulfillment for me was when I was handling it, I would get my backer list, and anybody that was within driving distance for me, I fulfilled personally. Like I went and I got their books, and I brought them, knocked on the door, and like handed them their comics and got pictures with that, and like that was like a cool thing to do. Like I really liked doing that, and it surprised people. They're like, I wasn't expecting you to do this personally. Like, well, you were within driving distance, so figure might as well introduce myself and give you your book.
Nice.
So like that was a fun thing that I used to do, but like at this point, it's just like that. It's not worth. like doing all of it is just, it's so much of a headache for me, and I get like lost in all the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, it's the same. John says, "Your life is so hard." My life is not that hard, but hey, listen, I have some problems too. With Fiendish 1, it was more just the amount. It was $1,500, and I thought I was gonna just pay some friends to help me, and then no one really showed up. Like one person did, so it was a lot, especially when I need to be drawing, like my job is drawing and writing, and that's what my schedule is full of. So I'm just really grateful that ARTSHOW can handle all of that now, and I just throw money at him, and it's great. So works out perfect finger kiss.
Well, and
it's fun to drop off.
Maromi says, I'm down to backing 1 now if I back at all. He doesn't like it getting delayed by tchotchkes. And that's the nice thing about this, is that you're not going to have that. If there's a delay on anything, it's not going to be on tchotchkes. It'll be like, let's say, God forbid, Dean gets sick, like as we're running towards the end of the book, and he's not able to do campaign pages at the last minute, or like something happens on our end where when I got the first batch of books from the Embrace one, they were entirely misprinted, and I got ghosted by the printer initially. So like, I had to go knock on some doors and get things taken care of. But like, one of the big things that I wanted to do with this is there are like extra tchotchkes and everything, and they're all available in the box. So if you want those things, that's where they are. Otherwise, we've invested the money that people normally use for tchotchkes and extras into making the value of each cover that much more for our backers.
And all the things in the box we already have. So you're not going to be waiting for us to print out some standee or something. These are things that we already have.
Yeah, like, I mean, we'll probably have to print out more standees and get more sticky hands, but that won't take long. Like, and as I said, we have 120 days of crowdfunding that we're going to be doing. I believe our fulfillment date is technically February of next year, but we're looking to have it done well before that. I wanted to give us as much padding time as possible. So like, as soon as the campaign funds are released, we'll get the extras and everything that we need to make sure that we can fulfill things quickly and efficiently. So
yeah,
but like all of the proofs and everything have already been done. It's just ordering a new quantity, and that's easy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Jason.
Huh?
Jason in the chat, he's like, "Don't you get sick, Dean?" I was like, "I won't. Don't worry."
Eat your vitamins. Yeah, I like that you guys have all the tchotchkes, and not just the book done, but the tchotchkes. The tchotchkes are what kind of have gotten me for the last 2 campaigns, and I have learned my lesson. It's because book printing is honestly, you kind of, once you settle on a printer, you know the turnaround, but for manufacturing standees right now, like for Phoenix 2.5, the pendants held things up a lot. So RJ has, I think he's packing the last batch of the pendants, so I will post an update. I'm sorry, guys. But these things held things up. Everyone who didn't order a pendant should already have their books. But I have learned my lesson to just get everything manufactured early. And not just early, but have it like just done. Like, I'm just going to pay up front to get stuff made now. Because this stuff takes a long time, and it takes longer than books, or just don't do it. Maybe just keep it simple and just have books, because I think a lot of people just want the books, and I kind of agree with that anyways. Just having like physically printed stuff, some trading cards and books, and that's just all it is. Keep it simple, and you guys are doing that, so that's great.
Yeah.
So I order all the extras for Egg Beater first. Yeah, that's true.
Down Goes Swallow has a question that's pretty important. He asked if the book is completely finished. Basically, all of the pencils are done, and I'm going to spend the next 120 days just inking pages that I've already finished.
Yeah,
that's how we have multiple pages that we can sell on this campaign because most of it is already done.
Yeah, and like that's the whole thing. Is it, Eugen is very fast at this color work. We're about to have another page fully inked, and I'll get that over to Eugen to color, and it'll take him maybe 2 days. Like he's pretty fast.
We'll have more original art pages on the campaign as well in like the next day or 2. Really depends on Oden, because it's pretty, like, I'm sitting here looking at it right now. If I wasn't on this stream, I'd be inking right now, and it's 95% done. But this page will be going on the campaign tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Alice, just get your book so when Dean gets to the US, he can sign it for you at a con. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on that con circuit, guys, and sell this book. Honestly, I think going to conventions is the next step. YouTube isn't everything. Being there in person.
That's the plan.
I guess there is like one extra that we have outside of that we're doing. Dean, can you share screen the Adam Miller trading card?
I'm probably. Hold on. Let me see if I've even got it.
It's in your OneDrive.
Oh, is it?
I'm fairly certain.
Then I do have it. Just give me 2 seconds. The Embrace 2. There's lots of stuff in there. Yeah, we go.
Jason says he can blame Oden if the book is late. Right, because Dean needs to stream for 2 hours. You need to be drawing right now.
I haven't streamed in ages. I've been neglecting my channel so bad, honestly. I will.
Yeah, it's impossible to do both.
Myself inking. I'll actually stream myself doing some, pages for the Embrace in the next few days. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah, feel free to go and subscribe to my channel.
Cool. And that is
Comics Mate. YouTube.
Comics Mate.
Yeah, just YouTube /Comics Mate. Like channel / whatever, but it's just Comics Mate.
All right, sweet. Everyone go subscribe to Dean. And hey, Brian Crisco, what's up?
There's the Adam Miller piece. I'm sharing it now.
Okay, let me pull it up. Yeah. Woo! Awesome. Yeah, that was what I used in the thumbnail. That's awesome. Adam's very good. Look at that contrast. Beautiful.
So
there's so much you can do with those twisty hands. Very well.
Yeah, everybody draws the ghost hands differently too. So
yeah, they do.
It's really cool to see. But so effectively, this is really the only extra that people are getting, and it's the first 200 backers will be getting this as a trading card.
Yeah.
So and these are already made. Adam already has them, and we'll be sending the 200 to Critical Blast here shortly. And it is, at least that's how I understand it. Like they're already done. So this is the only extra that we have outside of the stuff that we have on the secret tiers, which those are also pretty much already done. It's a mini print and a sticker and a metal trading card. So
all right. Yeah, someone Hail Blur says he actually looks scary here. Yeah. It actually looks quite intimidating here.
Well, and that's the fun thing about this character, is that there's all sorts of different ways to kind of draw him and convey the ghostly elements and what have you. He is the spectral hero, and I really obviously Dean brought this, his S tier on the design of this character, and I really like how when he draws him, there's spooky elements to him, but there's also shots where you can kind of see some of the innocence coming through of David's personality, the kid, and there's all sorts of things that this character can be all at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seems very versatile, and you can really tell with all the different ways you already see the character drawn on this campaign by the various artists. Very, very cool.
This is more Oden than anyone else, but it's a very unique idea, because the embrace itself, the actual, transformation or whatever you want to call it of the embrace, isn't a superhero thing. These guys are only superheroes because David, the little kid, loved comic books and stuff.
Yeah.
There are other embraces throughout history that you'll learn about more in book 3 as we get more into it. But there are other embraces throughout history that weren't superheroes at all. Some of them were more scary. Some of them were more like monsters. They only look like a superhero because David is a little kid who loves superheroes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a supernatural thing than anything else.
Right. Man, David's so adorable. I remember reading book 1, and it's just, the dialogue is so believable is what I remember. That sounds like a little kid, and it's his dad is his grieving father, and this kid's just it's okay, let's play superhero. It was so cute. It was great. It started out really sad, and it just became so wholesome.
I think probably my favorite line from the first book is he's shooting out the ghost hands for one of the first time to try and effectively do web slinging like Spider-Man, and David says, "Look, Dad, it's like web fluid," and Clarence goes, "Do you mean fluid?" and they start, and Clarence kind of gives David some guff for going through his comic book collection and is asking him what he thinks about it. David's like, "Oh, they're only okay." And so I really like, that's probably like one of my favorite parts of the first embrace.
Yeah, that was great. It was very believable, very, very well written. Twit twit. Thank you for the links, Billy, and you are now wrenched, obviously. Oh, thank you. It is very, very sweet. I highly recommend reading this book, and of course getting book 2 and also catching up on book 1 if you haven't yet. Let's continue looking at the perks. Yes, please do. Cover B, that's mine. Also comes with digital. And then cover C plus digital, so all the variants. There's Bancroft's. There's this one that if you back this $5 is donated to is donated to Homicide Victims Fund, which is wonderful. So if you want to affect some real change, definitely back this cover. This is the catch-up tier. And the plushie. And I assume all the covers are add-ons, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Alex says, not enough father-son things out there. I agree. That is very rare nowadays, and we need more of it. Just parent-child things in general, which I think it's so strange. I think some people think if it's family stories or parent-child stories, it has to be boring. On what planet is that stuff necessarily boring?
I think that's also one of the things that's special about the Embrace is I think normally when you'd have a story like this, it would be that like the son survived and the dad's the ghost and the dad's coming back to protect the kid and what have you. But I really wanted to kind of flip that dynamic because like, our kids are the best parts of ourselves. Right. And so I really liked having this concept where, the dad is robbed of that best part of himself. And so it takes David coming back to kind of remind him of that person and the person that he was to David and the person that he could be again. But there's the process of grieving personal loss, and Clarence is stuck. And so as much as this is about getting justice for David's murder, it's about helping Clarence get through this process and come to terms with what happened.
Yeah, that's a very very interesting take, and I'm sure it will resonate with a lot of people, and that's what the feedback has been. Honestly, I think you just need a bigger platform for this book. There's so much to connect with in this story. All you have to do is just get it in front of people's eyes, because I think the Embrace could really do well out there. But that's the struggle. That's the struggle of publishing indie. Just getting eyes on your work.
Indie struggle.
Yeah. Alex says he likes a reversal, lends more to the strength and rebuilding. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's obviously a big part of this as well. And it was one of the things that when I was talking to the people at the Virginia Victims Assistance Network and they were asking me questions, they were like, so what's the plan here with this? Because they wanted to make sure like thematically they wanted to make sure that this would be something that they'd be okay with being associated with, because these these homicide survivor support groups have specific talking points to try and help these people navigate not only their grief, but their frustration and how helpless they feel going through everything. And so when I explained to them, it's like, well, the tagline of the book really is justice, not vengeance. And there's an important distinguishment there. Like they were completely floored. Like, this is absolutely the things that we try and talk to these people about in the support groups. Because there is a lot of frustration with, sometimes the verdict isn't what you want. Sometimes, you want there to be more, but there isn't. And you kind of just got to accept that. And move on and live the life that your loved one would have wanted you to live. Right. And so there is a reality there with this character where, at the end of the story, David is still going to be dead. There is no coming back from it. And Clarence is going to have to move on. And that kind of somberness is something that I think, really lends itself to the story.
Right, very very realistic. And it sounds like it's about justice, but also about healing, right?
Yeah, like at the end of the day, how long are you going to hold on to this and allow it to, corrupt you? Like there's a character that gets introduced at the very end of this that's going to play a very big role in the third book and kind of mentoring Clarence through this journey of loss. And his whole thing is going to be like, well, I mean, the guy that killed your kids in jail and is standing trial for what he did. When is enough going to be enough? When are you finally going to let go of your son? Because he's gone. Yeah,
wow.
like this is something that I really think is the strength of this book. In terms of the message in its writing.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Because there's no mystery as to what's going to happen at the very end of all of these stories. It's David's going to have to move on, and Clarence is going to have to get on with his life. Because David's not going to grow up, even though they're back together. Like, there's a lot of philosophical questions as to, because he's a ghost and everything. He's stuck as his little 8-year-old version of himself. How can he learn? Can he change? He's obviously not going to grow or anything. So eventually they're going to have to separate, and there will be a definitive ending in all of this.
Yeah, very sad but realistic.
Yeah.
I have the ending written.
Yes, I
would hope so. I would assume you do.
It's very good. There are some people I'm going to need to get in touch with in terms of rights, and I'm trying to figure that out because I really don't want to song. Well, so music is an important thing and I feel everything, but using song lyrics in a comic is tricky. You have to get certain things, and there is a very specific song that I use in the finale that I don't want to sub out for anything. It is very much a thing of it's going to be my goal over the next couple of years as we continue to do this story to get in touch with the band and be like, look, I have this. What do I need? What do I need to do on my end to get the okay for this?
Snuggie.
No, that's awesome.
It's Raining Men. Is that the song?
It is not. It's Raining Men.
I don't know what that song is, but I assume it's not on theme for this comic. So
no, not at all.
No, it is not.
Cool. All right, it doesn't sound like it is. I'm just making sure. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I've reached out to musicians that I like. I mean, nobody ridiculously famous, but still more followers than me, and they were like, "Yeah, use my music." I was very surprised.
That's the big problem. Is this band is actually kind of a big deal, so it's going to be very difficult to get in touch with them.
You never know. You never know. I think people would be honored if you can get through to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. James bringing the energy that I need today. Hello, James. Thanks for being here. Look at that. Look at that energy. Oh, God. Woo! So supporting this campaign on Vengeance. Jeez. He sure had his coffee, his evening coffee. Thank you for the support. Is it Guar? What's Guar?
It's not Guar.
It is not Guar. It's not Taylor Swift. It's not Jonas Brothers or Jack Black or Silverchair or Ace of Base.
Everyone calm down. You need to read the comic to the end, and then you will know, okay? Just buy the comic. Hello, James! Either he's really
late 90s,
caffeinated or
early
very drunk.
2000s, big deal. They're still their concerts still sell out pretty quick. They have a few really big tracks. Like
It's the Backstreet Boys, isn't it?
It's
it's the Backstreet Boys. Nickelback! Got it! Linkin Park!
It's not Nickelback.
Wait, Linkin Park wasn't 90s, they were 2000s.
No,
because they were my favorite.
Linkin Park is great, but no.
I still like them.
Not REM either, not Creed. If somebody does guess it, I will confirm that that is the band.
Is it?
But I will not say what song it is. It is not Boyz II Men.
Everyone is listing every single band from that time period. Oh my god. Ah!
I'm not going to tell Snug.
DMX.
Not
okay, all right.
And not DMX. Popular in the 90s and the early 2000s. They are still together. It is not Weezer. Male singer.
It can't be that hard, guys. Come on. You can guess it.
Rock and punk, I would say. Not Chumbawamba.
Is it
really? There's one song that anyone would ever use by Chumbawamba, and it is not even remotely thematically relevant to what's done here. It's not Green Day.
Green Day. It's Hannah Montana. We figured it out.
No, not Hannah Montana. Not Power Man 5000.
Okay, guys. If someone guesses it, I'm sure Michael will stop the show and confirm it. Okay.
Everyone just start tweeting bands at Oden for the next until we get it.
Yeah. Give him just do that. That'll really help his engagement. Hey, everyone, this is what you do. Retweet this campaign with your guess at what band is gonna be, what song will be. Yeah. So let's take all these comments and all this engagement and retweet this campaign. All right, let's do that.
It is not Hootie and the Blowfish. However, I do love that band.
Is it Wheatus?
It is not Metallica.
That would be wild. Yeah, good luck getting in touch with Metallica.
James Parrish, Carly Rae Jepsen, 90s punk and metal idol.
Okay, we need to move on. We need to move on. All right, the plushie, amazing. Glow in the dark Shelby cover that I hate him for. Dean James art. Oh, that hasn't sold yet. Fucking hell.
that's one of the original the prints that are going in the box, and that's the original artwork for that, which actually glows in the dark. It's done with glow in the dark paint.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, buy that. And a double page spread for only $500 because Dean doesn't like money. So buy that too. This cover is also... That's more like it. Look at that, Brad. That's more like it. Yeah, this should be priced this. Just saying. But, the original cover for the Jill Gomez, or the original art for the Jill Gomez cover. And it looks like everything else is sold out. So, very well done. That is a decent amount of original art sold, too. Very nice. Woo! All right.
Nobody has guessed it yet. I'm keeping track of all of the names in the chat.
This stream has now been thoroughly derailed. So very well done. Let's refresh one more time. Da 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 da. Oh, go. Oh wait. What did it go? Do 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 do. Yeah, we're back here. 5,600. Perfect. Thanks, you guys. All. What a
so much,
beautiful number. Yes. Thank you all. You guys are great. Thank you for supporting this book. I really enjoyed Embrace 1. I'm looking forward to Embrace 2. And I also have a cover here. So I want you guys to back this book and support it. And don't forget, tweet this out. Help share this campaign. Even if you can't back it right now, share it. Get it in front of more people's eyes, because that is the greatest struggle for all of us indie creators, but especially if you're dealing with shadow banning issues on Indiegogo. We rely on you guys for word of mouth recommendations and getting this book advertised. So please, 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 if everyone can tweet this out, if you see the stream now, or if you're watching the replay, please back this book and share it out, because I am sure you'll connect with this story. It's very, very heartfelt and very, very heartwarming. Very heartwarming. People are still guessing. Oh my god, Nirvana's not together.
Yeah, they also guessed Pearl, which is
all right,
also not together for similar reasons.
This is just getting crazy, you guys.
Spice Girls.
Yeah, that's it. It's just say it's the Spice Girls, okay? And then it's
Chevelle is good, but no, like no. There have been some like great ones where like people are like, oh, 3 Days Grace would be good. Like, yeah, 3 Days Grace would be good, but that's not the band.
I don't know how, James. That would be very confusing. And sync. Alex VRB, member for 29 months. Thank you so much for being a member. Thank you. Thanks for promoting another great campaign, Rainy. Oh, no problem. Not at all. I haven't been streaming enough, honestly. Oden, stop torturing the chat, or we'll start talking about Roman canon divisions. Please don't.
Roman cannons were the best cannons.
Oh,
I need sleep tonight. No, please don't. I mean, I enjoy arguing about, not really. I don't know enough. I just like triggering Oden, but I don't have the energy today, so please don't. Thank you very much, Alex.
A very dumb comment by Ridley Scott where he claims his character sells cannons to the Romans, which is like almost a millennia ahead of schedule of when cannons appeared in continental Europe. So like,
now are they talking about the Byzantines or Rome?
Like Rome.
Okay,
like,
yeah, they totally had cannons, guys.
The Byzantines didn't even really have cannons. Like, that's why Constantinople fell.
Are you sure though?
Yes.
How do you know?
Maybe that's just what big history wants you to think.
You guys are the worst. I have not let you guys know what the band is. It hasn't been earned yet.
Stop believing in big history, Michael. The
God.
aliens brought us cannons and gave them to the Romans. Don't you know? I saw it on YouTube. It must be true.
Yeah, everything on YouTube is true.
Matthew Hunter said incubus. Is an incubus.
No, it's none of them that have been listed.
Okay. All right. Michael's losing the will to live. I feel like we should.
Yeah, go back the Embrace too.
Yeah, back the Embrace too, everyone. This is just ridiculously completely derailed.
Get us to our 4th stretch goal, and I'll reveal the first letter of the band name.
Oh yeah, exactly. And don't forget, tweet out this campaign with your guess at what band it'll be.
Yeah. Even if you can't back, like right now, please share it out, because being shadow banned is, that's a bitch, honestly.
It does really suck. It's not cool at all. So everyone, please help share this campaign. Snuggy just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much.
Bow.
I really appreciate it. Bow.
Smashing Pumpkins is a good guess. It is not correct, though.
Okay, all right. That's we need to end this now. I don't know half of these bands, because of course I don't. Is there anything that I missed? Anything else you guys want to shout out?
I do want to shout out one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
As I said earlier, I am translating a bande dessinée. The pre-launch for that is up.
European comic book, for anyone who doesn't know.
Yes. You're
so
translating.
The share screened it.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was like, what? Herper derp. Ooh, very cool.
Make sure that you guys are signed up for this. The art in here is beautiful. The artist actually does. Got his start in Disney's animation studio in Europe, but currently does things for is like a historical advisor at museums. So the art in this is not only like drop dead gorgeous, but it's authentic, and like it's Rini, as a fan of Norse mythology, this is not going to be something you want to miss out on. I can personally say that the price points of this are insane. It's a 144-page hardcover book, 9.5 by 12.5, and the starting physical tier is $27.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, the art looks, just from that little tiny thumbnail, that looks really, really good, and I like that. I like that logo. That's nice.
Yeah.
I want to read that. Hell yeah.
But that's the only other thing that I want to shout out right now. Otherwise, go back the Embrace 2. And yeah.
Cool. You're translating it from what?
French.
You speak French?
Je parle un peu.
Huh?
I don't know what that means, Oden.
Didn't know you spoke French. The fuck? Okay, all right, cool.
So my speaking ability isn't that good, but I can read and translate pretty well. So I'm translating it from French to English and then providing stylized edits to make sure that like it sounds good. Because French doesn't like English is a way more expressive language. French and most of the other Romance languages are very literal in things, and so there are times where you translate things over where it doesn't have like the same poetic ring.
Right.
So
yeah, I get it. Cool. Yeah, it's all kinds of weird things I'm dealing with translations too, so I know. But that's really cool. Yeah, didn't know you spoke French. Everyone check that out. And I guess go sign up for that Oden book over on Kickstarter. And back the Embrace. Dean, anything you want to shout out?
No, just back the Embrace 2 and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I will get back to doing things on very soon. I swear.
Cool. All right. Same for me. I'll get back to doing things very soon, guys. I just don't have time.
You take one day off, and then before you know it, it's been a month.
No, it's just too much other stuff to deal with. I've just been buried in commissions. I haven't even had time to work on Fiendish 3. It really sucks, actually. But at least I don't have an active campaign. Otherwise, I'd be under even more pressure. I'm just catching up on commissions and planning cons. Someone asked me about my convention schedule. My next convention should be at the end of September. I'm going to be in El Paso / Juarez with the 6x6 guys at a small convention over in Juarez called Confront. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that. That'll be cool. I'm hoping to have a Spanish edition of Fiendish 1 ready for then. I don't know. I need to get on lettering that and get it printed. But like I said, I am planning on expanding Fiendish as well. We're wrapping up the Japanese translation of Fiendish 2. I finally found a digital platform to put it on, and we have the first book translated in Spanish. I just need to letter everything and get it out there. But it's just me wearing most of the hats, so I'm kind of swamped. But this year is really about expanding and doing cons for me. And then next year we'll be doing Fiendish 3. We'll get back into the grind. But it has to be, kind of have to take time off to do the promotion part. And that's what I'm doing now. But speaking of promotion, if you guys didn't know, because I totally don't talk about this all the damn time, I have a website. Look at this. Oh my god. FiendishComic.com. Yeah. Wow. Look at this. I know you've never heard of it. It's I never mention it. I don't talk about it every single stream. I go on and on about it all the time. Yeah, check this out. This is the website for my comic Fiendish, my fantasy mystery comic Fiendish. It is sort of a center of operations for everything. So even though I don't have a live crowdfunding campaign, you can get all the books in the shop. And there's a blog where I'll post updates at least once a month, gallery, cover guide, all kinds of cool stuff. You can even get website passes to get special perks. And the most important thing is be sure to sign up for the email list right here. This is a universal email list for Fiendish. I promise I won't spam. I only email for important stuff and releases. So if you don't want to miss out on releases and convention appearances and all kinds of stuff like that, sign up for this email list right here. And of course, once again, check out the shop. That is very, very pretty. And I have all the books. They're all printed. RJ has a stash of all of them, and we fulfill immediately for these. So you can order the books and a bunch of other like wall art and little tchotchkes. So very proud of this. I spent a lot of time on this website, and I'm paying it for it every month. So everybody please go buy stuff. Thank you very much. It would help. Thanks. People are still guessing band names. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh. This is never going to end. This is never going to end. Okay.
Nobody's got it.
No, this is... No, it's gonna be some foreign band. Now that especially it's gonna be some like obscure French punk band or something. That's gonna be it.
It's actually a pretty. I will tell you when we get off the live.
Okay. Ooh, I get to know special info. All right. Well, very cool. Thank you, Michael and Dean, for coming on the show. It was great to get back into streaming, and it was good to have you guys on the show for this little bit of a return stream. And good luck with the Embrace 2. It looks really, really good. I hope you guys nothing but success. And I'm sure it'll do well. Go. Allie says I won't know who it is.
Won't even know who it is, and that's the point.
Yeah, there's no point in telling me. I'll just be like, who? And then I'm just going to immediately forget.
Well,
yeah.
I do think that she will know who this band is. It is pretty big, but
yeah, I'm not that culturally literate. I did get we had one CD store with the most famous American and Western sub. We did have that in town. We had that's how I knew Linkin Park and Evanescence. Of course, that was what I was into because I was a giant emo. But we got Shakira. I actually really like Shakira from that period. And, of course, all the pop stuff. So I'm not that culturally illiterate, guys. Okay. But I won't leak it. I won't. All right, everyone. I will be streaming tomorrow for the Creative Block. I forget whose channel it's on. I think it's Narwhal. I think so. Yeah. And then Friday. Wow, I'm really getting back to streaming this week. God damn. Friday, I'll be streaming with Allie for the Allie and Rini show, and I think it's on her channel this time. So catch me tomorrow on Narwhal's channel, and on Friday on Allie's channel for another writing and world building stream. We'll be talking about characters on Friday. So see you there, and thanks again for joining us. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye. Bye.
Good one.